Hey YouTube, good evening everybody. This is Anvil Prime in the Prepared Neighbor, and just came across an awesome find. I'm actually traveling in Pensacola this week on business and had a chance to stop into a thrift store and just give it the once over and see kind of what things I could find. Came across an awesome Jansport Airlift backpack. It's 2.0, so it's got quite a bit of volume. And as I was going through the process of swapping out an old get home bag over to this new Jansport, I thought, well, why not a great time just to do a quick YouTube review on my get home bag and go through some of the items that I've got, in addition to this great find that I found as well. So here's the Jansport Airlift 2.0, just to kind of review just real quick. Here's one pocket on the outside along with four little loops for carabiner attachment, something like that. So that's one. I've got the pocket right here. It's a little bit deeper right in there. That's two. Here's the back to school pocket, which is three. And again, this works out pretty good for a Sharpie, or maybe even putting in a flashlight, or some C or D batteries could easily fit in there. So that's three pockets. Here's four. And again, that kind of goes, it's pretty deep, goes all the way to the bottom. That's four. Here's the main pocket, that's five. And again, there's probably a good 4.5 to 5 inches depth at the bottom of the pocket there. So it's five. Up here in the very top of it is just a little quick reach. It's probably not any deeper than my fingers are right there, so that's probably 4 or 5 inches deep there. Just again, quick access, something that you wanted to carry. And then also it has a bladder holder as well for the H2O part of it. So that was 6 pockets, 7 if you include this one, plus a bladder. And here's a shocking price for what we got it for, $7.99. And then of course that money went to a good charitable organization here in Pensacola. So certainly recommend thrift stores, and seeing what you can find there in terms of get home bags and all kinds of preparedness items. Here is my current get home bag, and again, I just pulled this out of my vehicle. It is what it is. Probably some room for improvement, and that's why you do the reviews, and that's why you pull it out and kind of go through it, so you can make adjustments, update your inventory, update your food, and some of those other kinds of things. So this is a bag that I've had for a while. This is just an outdoor product bag. This is a Walmart bag. Originally was gray in color, which is probably again, a little bit more subtle color, but one day I was in a camo mood and just grabbed some spray paint and camoed the whole doggone thing, just to kind of make it blend in. Again, I was just in one of those moods, so camoed it all around. But overall, pretty good pack. I'll probably use it for something else down the road a little bit, but just again, I wanted to, it's a little bit tight with the things that I've got in there. You can see that it's fairly well blossomed out, and with this 2.0, hopefully there was a lot more room in here. I can spread a little bit more out, and this actually 2.0 comes with a hip belt as well, pretty wide. That's probably 4 inches there at the hip, and then probably 2.5 inches down here at the connection point at the belt. So I thought that would give me some additional support as well. So anyway, here we go, outside to inside. Again, being in Middle Tennessee, I figured no matter, even if I'm in Florida, I can certainly just head north and get back to Tennessee somewhere. So here's a detailed map, a road map of Tennessee, and on here as well, I've got just a really thin pair of camouflage gloves. It's getting, it's December now, so probably need to update that with a little bit heavier set of gloves. But again, this would provide some camouflage, if certainly in the fall and summer, if you had to go off-road, and again, you hit the tree line as you begin to make it back home in a bug out situation or get home situation. Here is just a compass that I've got as well, attached to a little piece of rope as a lanyard. Let's see here, I think that is, oh, there's some energy drink. I don't know where I picked that up, but anyway, that's over there. That's it on the outside pocket. I do see this one right over here. We'll go deep in here. I think you can probably already tell this is a can of some Vienna sausages. What is the date on it? August 21st of 17. So, okay, we're still good. still good for a couple more years. And this one, just net pocket, again, it has a handle, which is actually coming pretty handy. I've grabbed this handle to lug it around a little bit, but it's got some loops and connectors on the outside as well. So it's got this net pocket, 2 water bottle pockets on the outside. I don't have anything in those currently. I do have some water on the inside. We'll see what is in here. Alright, here is I've had this since my backpacking days, but just a really minimal. It's pretty bulked out, so I've certainly added some stuff in there. But a real small adventure first aid kit from the Optimist brand. It's got the little band-aids, and again, it's probably got some, I can feel some medical tape in there, and I know I've got some iodine and just some, again, I've beefed it up a little bit. It's not just band-aids anymore, but again, it's got some stuff in there. Probably has a little bit of medication. Here is, got a fire starting kit, and actually there are, see, there's 2 or 3. Here's a lighter, here's some matches, and here is one of the factory made, it's like compressed wood chips that has some kind of flammable, really easy to light fire sticks. They're just it's a fire starter. Here is some lint in this medicine bottle, and there's another one, and deep in there too you can see a little fire striker as well. So I've got some way to get a spark. So there's 1, 2, 3 sources of sparks or flames, and then here's 1, 2 sources of ignition. So pretty good little fire kit there. A little bit overkill, if you will. Here's some, oh, let's see, here's some hand sanitizer, and it actually is empty. So, okay, well, lesson learned. Let's set that off to the side there. It needs some more hand sanitizer. I don't know if it evaporated or if it leaked out, but nonetheless, it doesn't feel wet in there, so I think I'm okay. Of course, it probably evaporated pretty quickly. Got a couple of Sharpie pens that'll go in my back to school pack over here on the Jansport. Here is a carabiner and a whistle. Well, I think I may even have 2 whistles, if I'm not mistaken, but here's 1. And as we go through, some EMT scissors, and here is some Deep Woods Off. Again, this is more for summer, so I could, during the wintertime for the Tennessee weather, I certainly wouldn't need the Deep Woods Off, so I could lighten it up a little bit and get rid of this temporarily anyway. And also, I think here's the good stuff here. Oh yeah, again, just for barter. Primarily, I don't drink normally, but you know, in a get-home situation, I might actually want something to calm my nerves, or maybe if I had trouble sleeping and felt it was safe to sleep, I might use a little bit of that. And I've got some, got a couple in there as well. So I may even have more than that. So anyway, here's a little net zippered pocket. See what's in here. And got some silver. So here's 1, there's 2, there's 3 bars of silver. Or I'm sorry, there's 4. There's about $100 in silver, maybe a little bit less right now. Silver is around 14.5 per ounce, but you know, again, it could skyrocket quickly. Do have just some amount to barter with primarily. So again, if something happened to it, not a huge loss at all. And some paracord in that last outside pocket there. So I've measured that off, and that's actually it's about 40 feet is all that is. So I've probably used a little bit off of the spool. And that is it on the outside pocket. So we've got these 2 covered. I'm going to go in one more, not to the main pocket just yet, but one more pocket in, and take a look here. Let's see, as we come across here, I've got some zip ties. Again, they weigh little of nothing. They come in really good to cinch some stuff down. You could restrain folks with it. Again, just not really sure, but I've got them in there for some reason, I'm sure. Let's see, here's just an extra pair of socks, some sunscreen. Here's just a chem light. It feels like, yeah, still intact, so not broken there. Here's a Luna bar. It is probably expired. I'm going to set that over here to the right and check on it. Here is some. Here's a fishing kit with some weights and sinkers and line, and a float in there. So that's kind of contained there as well. Here's a small roll of duct tape, probably left over from a larger roll that I have collected over time. A couple of bandanas, both earth tone colored, so again it kind of fits the camo theme there with the outside of the pack. But you can wet these and use them kind of for a mask if you're in a dusty situation. You could actually use them as a mask if you wanted to cover up your identity, or again kind of go inconspicuous there. So I have a couple of the bandanas. Here's actually a sewing kit. This was picked up, I think I got that from the Aria Hotel in Las Vegas on one of my recent work trips. But again, just a nice little 4 or 5 needle, little safety pin, some earth tone colored thread in there. You never know. Here's some food. Here's some beef jerky. That actually looks pretty good, but it's food, so I'm going to check the expiration date and set it over here to the right as well. And let's keep going down here. Okay, flashlight. Oh, yep, still works, so we're in good shape there. I'll disconnect the cap here in a little bit and just check and make sure there's no corrosion on the batteries. But it's just a little it's about a 9 bulb LED. It's got the 3 AAAs in there, but a good little inexpensive flashlight that you have. You know, I've got tons more of these in the vehicle. And here is there's the extra batteries for those. I've got them alternating there, so you can't. There's wasn't any metal in them to drain, but let's put them over there. Here's a quart water bottle that we've got, and a couple other things here. There's just a little multi-tool. This was probably not the best brand, but I've got, good Lord, they're everywhere. I've got them in my vehicle. I carry one from time to time. Here's one in my get-home bag. It has a pair of pliers and again about 8 or different files, screwdrivers. It's got a knife blade on there, so I can't go through TSA with it, so I have to remember that. But again, this is just one that comes in really handy, especially the plier component of it. And here's some chapstick and another set of the AA batteries. So there's in there as well. And that's all in that compartment. Now here comes the main compartment, and it's going to have quite a bit in there. We can just go through. I was actually thinking about these rain gear just a little bit earlier today, as a matter of fact. So here's some Frog Togs. It is a full suit, so it's got the pants and the top. Not the poncho style, but this is actually a rain suit, if you will. And again, Frog Togs is really an inexpensive way to go. It's not the PVC vinyl rain suit that's really heavy, and you know, it doesn't let it breathe. Might force you to sweat. But again, this is it's easy to dry out, but just a really inexpensive, good way to go for an actual rain gear or a rain suit. No particular order. This is I picked this up in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And it is a foldable shovel and a pick. So it's got. I'm going to pause just for a second and come back and show you what it's like put together. Okay, here's the foldable shovel on one end, and it's got a pick on the other end. Now, when I got this, again, it's a Coleman brand. Again, it's more likely made in China. But one of the things that I did, you always try to get at least a couple uses out of any single item. But obviously, it's a shovel, and you got a pick, so dig a latrine. You know, just a lot of things you can do. But one of the things I did, you can kind of see it there for a little bit, is I took a really nice file and put a sharper edge all the way around the shovel, so it could also be used as an axe if you had some small limbs or trees that you needed to cut down. And also on the pick, I took it and really sharpened that up just in case I needed to use it as a defensive weapon. Again, I've got both the shovel is sharp, pretty sharp, and I've also got the pick is pretty sharp as well. So again, it's a multi-tool, multi-use defensive weapon, shovel, pick, etc. Also have a few different knives in here. Here is my K-bar, and again, this is not my first K-bar. It's actually my second K-bar from when I was in the Marines. But this one has a nice plastic sheath that goes in there. It's got the belt loop and some of those kinds of things. But again, just a really good fighting knife, and it is heavy enough if you needed to chop some small branches off. You could certainly do that with a K-bar. The second knife that I've got in here, sorry about that. The second knife I've got is just a cookery machete, and this one is roughly, what is that? That's about 12, 13, it's about 14 inches or so. On the cookery machete, I've got some paracord just as a grip up there. It makes the grip a little bit bigger around, and again, I put a pretty good edge on that as well. Again, that's a little bit more for some chopping and some woodwork that we might need to do. This is just an extra bag of some trail mix, and from the looks of it, the chocolate and raisins are about done. It's probably still okay, but it's food, so I'm going to put it over here on the right, and we're going to go through that and just make sure everything's in date and it's still very edible. Here is my second water bottle, so that's 2 quarts of water. Here are some work gloves, just again, inexpensive pair. I think everybody probably uses these around the house or in the shop if you're fencing or again, anything kind of heavy duty. Good pair of leather gloves. Here's some toilet paper. Gotta have that. It's about half a roll. Probably could use a little bit more. And then here is just an old CD. Was it H&R Block? Yeah, just a H&R Block CD for reflective signal, and it is stashed away inside my tarp. This is I think it's a 9x7. It's a pretty good sized tarp. Again, it's camouflage if I need to pitch shelter up off the road somewhere, so it would be it's not the bright blue, it's not the silver, so I could go potentially unnoticed for in a bivouac situation if I were trying to get home in a grid down or an SHTF situation. I think this is just a mask in there, a breathable mask, but again, I've also got the bandanas as well, so it's pretty good sized tarp I could make for shelter. And this last thing here, this is just a long sleeve cotton t-shirt, and really the only intention for this t-shirt is to be able to cover up whatever I might be wearing if I wanted to travel, not on the road itself, but if I wanted to kind of get off the road and 100, 200 feet up off the road, so I could go back home and hopefully be camouflaged and be a little bit more invisible than if I were just bebopping down the interstate. Trying to get anywhere from I'm about 450 miles away from home, so it could be as days and days and days in order to get back home. So again, this is just primary purpose was to camouflage and concealment if I needed to get off the road. And I think that is, there's one more thing, and I have a road flare. So again, if just the opposite of that, if I want to be seen, this is a good pop cap road flare. And if my other 3 sources of fire are not working, or just for whatever reason, again, you can certainly pop this and almost guaranteed to start a fire every single time. So that's a road flare. And there's my life straw. Water filter, water straw, I guess, if you will. And let's just try to get the flame. Anyway, there you go. There's the life straw. So it's a Life Straw brand. These are about 19 bucks. I've got actually one in every bag that we have for each of the family members. They're cheap enough, they're reliable enough, they're simple enough. For 19 bucks, almost darn near any water source, you can just step right up to it and take a drink, and you're in good shape. So there's the Life Straw. And last sweep here, and that is it. So again, we've got a lot of stuff in this smaller Walmart outdoor brand backpack that we're going to take and certainly go through some of the food that we saw a little bit earlier. Maybe it's out of date, maybe it just needs to be refreshed to, we're going into winter now, so it's time to do that. Refresh the water, sharpen the knives up a little bit, get that full roll of toilet paper, and we're going to put everything back in that Jansport, and I think be ready to go for a few more months. So anyway, just wanted to share my Jansport find on my backpack, in the get home bag, and also just do a quick review and emptying of my current get home bag, and you can see what all was in there. Again, I appreciate you letting me share this with you. Hopefully it's giving you some ideas, and certainly I've got a little bit of work ahead of me. So yeah, that's all I've got for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel and like it. I'm also on Facebook as well as Twitter. And again, appreciate y'all's time. Have a good night.